And now it's time for Silly Songs with Larry, the part of the show where Larry comes out and sings a silly song.
Did you know there are 42 Silly Songs with Larry? I'm Taylor from Disciples in Progress, and if you're like me and grew up in a Christian home, then you probably grew up watching VeggieTales. That also means that, like most kids' shows, you tuned out at a certain point. For me, that was around 2005. But VeggieTales kept producing videos until 2015. And almost every single one features a silly song with Larry. Or Mr. Lunt, or The Boys in the Sink, or Archibald, or, we'll get into that. So I went back and I watched every single silly song with Larry. And now, we're gonna rank the best 13. But first, a few honorable mentions.
A nice try, but I don't think it'll make the countdown.
This is probably a good time to break it to you that the hairbrush song isn't gonna make my list.
Shocked and slightly embarrassed at the sight of Larry in a towel, Pa regains his composure and reports.
To be honest, it's number 14. I think it's really good, and it almost made the list. But I think there are better songs. Also, for anyone who's never gone back through recent silly songs, because you're an adult and you wouldn't watch VeggieTales normally, I kind of recommend it. There's some amazingly weird stuff in there. I'm talking about Astonishing Wigs.
Astonishing wigs, do you like our astonishing wigs?
I'm talking about Kilts and Stilts.
Sing with simulated Scottish Highland hills.
Oh, beautiful!
And I'm definitely talking about Donuts for Benny, which is like if you combined his cheeseburger and the Christmas shoes and then gave it an M. Night Shyamalan plot twist.
No more donuts for the dog! Oh man, this is a terrible idea.
And now that we've got those out of the way, here's the top 13. Buckle in, YouTube. Have I got a show for you? Number 13, Schoolhouse Polka. Full disclosure, I'm a professional writer and a former English major, and maybe that's why I love this song. Larry explains homophones, adjectives, pronouns, and much more.
I know a pear with a pair of really soft shoes. He wears in the pear, bushes that easily bruise.
But the final 60 seconds, where Larry seems to be getting actively hazed by the narrator, is maybe my favorite minute of any silly song.
This has been Schoolhouse Polka with Larry. Tune in next time to hear Larry sing.
What happened to my preposition? I took it on an expedition, put it by the thing. I keep my fishing. Got infected with a skin condition.
And
I'm a pronoun, they're a pronoun, he's a pronoun, she's a pronoun. Wouldn't you like to be a pronoun too?
and
It was the biggest, bluest, cleanest, brightest, quickest, newest, roundest, nicest, softest, tallest, toughest, lightest, smoothest, kindest, flattest, tightest, most amazing adjective I'd ever seen.
and
I'm done.
interjections, adverbs.
No.
Alrighty.
Number 12, I Love My Lips. Look, I don't need to explain to you why this song about Larry explaining unresolved issues with his lips to his therapist rules. You just heard that description. I mean, just listen to this beautiful nonsense.
10 days after I turned 8, got my lips stuck in a gate. My friends all laughed, and I just stood there until the fire department came and broke the lock with the crowbar, and I had to spend the next 6 weeks in lip rehab with this kid named Oscar who got stung by a bee right on the lip, and we couldn't even talk to each other until the 5th week because both of our lips were so swollen, and when he did start speaking, he just spoke Polish, and I only knew like 3 words in Polish, except now I know 4 because Oscar taught me the word for lip. Usta.
Your friends all laughed. Usta. How do you spell that?
I don't know.
Number 11, A Mess Down in Egypt. The Boys in the Sink are almost always a highlight, and their second song is no exception. A Mess Down in Egypt is like if the Beastie Boys were put in charge of a vacation Bible school.
Yo, listen to the boys and we'll tell you now how losing your cool and having a cow can run you out when your lip gets flipped and get your mug up all over Egypt.
And let's be real, this is the best lyric in any silly song.
Chillin', kickin', wearing silk jamsies, learning hieroglyphics from his granddad Ramses.
Number 10, Endangered Love, aka
Barbara Manatee.
I'll be honest, I thought this one was going to be higher when I started making this list. I obviously still think it's great, it's in the top 10 after all, but I don't know if it makes me laugh as an adult as much as I did as a kid, Gotta say though, Bob's incredulous reaction is still everything.
Larry, what are you doing?
Number 9, Pants. I feel like the best silly songs have this just frenetic madness to them. Like, how on earth did you even come up with this idea, let alone feel confident enough to pitch it to your writers team? And Pants, which is the most recent silly song to crack the top 10, has this madness in spades. I mean, what is happening right now? Number 8, The Pirates Who Don't Do Anything. The only silly song so popular that it spawned its own movie. The Pirates Who Don't Do Anything may be conceptually the best idea ever behind a silly song. It's so easy to explain.
We are the pirates who don't do anything. We just stay at home and lie around. And if you ask us to do anything, we'll just tell you we don't do anything.
At any given moment, there's multiple things going on here. Sure, Larry's singing about random things, and that's hilarious. But look at this. There's a gangplank into a sink. Lunt is sitting on a beanbag chair, which I never noticed before now, and sipping out of a coconut. Number 7, Pizza Angel. Now, let me defend this. I have a soft spot for petty grievances being expressed in the most dramatic way possible. And what's pettier than my pizza delivery is late, which is all this song is about.
Did it get lost? Did they just forget? Should I have ordered on the internet? Ready for dinner? Now I'm not so sure. I think my soda's room temperature.
But honestly, it's the visual details and flourishes that get Pizza Angel to number 7 for me. The angelic chorus of French peas, I mean, that gets me every time.
Pizza Angel, I'm on my knees. And don't forget to add my favorite anchovies.
Number 6, The Yodeling Veterinarian of the Alps. Though the song's named after the doctor, the real MVPs here are this barbershop quartet and the doctor's faithful nurse.
Jump in your car, drive into the city, buy a jug of milk for your nauseated kitty.
Most VeggieTales videos have morals for kids, but only the Yodeling Veterinarian of the Alps has a message for adults. Don't abuse your staff or take them for granted. Or, you know, you'll get attacked by a bear.
This should work.
Number 5, Where Have All the Staplers Gone? I'll be honest, I'd never even heard of this song before I watched through all 42 silly songs for this video. But when I got to it, it made me laugh. This feels like a vintage silly song with Larry.
Legal pads aplenty.
Missing office supplies doesn't sound particularly silly, but as the weirdness amps up and the commitment to the Broadway motif holds as true as ever, this song more than earns its spot in the top 5.
Our manila folders. Someday my prince will come. Where's the printer cable?
Number 4, The Song of the Cebu. Just to recap, this is a song in which Larry sings about a made-up animal without ever acknowledging that he made it up, endangers all of the characters' lives in the story without ever resolving what happened to them, and then also accidentally gives a slideshow of his recent vacation in the middle of all of this. This is complete nonsense, the absolute silliest of silly songs. I only wish I could put it higher.
This is me and the bull. Ah! This is me and the bull, and I think that's the bull's cousin. He's a Cebu.
Number 3, The Dance of the Cucumber. Without fail, the Dance of the Cucumber always makes me laugh. Bob and Larry's dynamic is absolutely perfect here, and the fact that Larry never ever breaks character is delightful.
El desearía poder bailar como el pepino.
He wishes he could dance, like the cucumber,
Libre y suavemente.
free and smooth,
Pero no puede danzar.
but he can't. Okay, stop the music!
Number 2, His Cheeseburger. I almost made this one number 1, but in the end, making a Larry-less silly song number 1 felt kinda criminal. I'm a grown adult, and this song still gets stuck in my head sometimes.
She said, yes, it is, but we're closed now. But we open tomorrow at 10.
Also, can I be real? I love the idea that either some minimum wage employee is stuck manning the drive-thru window at the creepiest fast food restaurant ever during closed hours, or Lunt is hallucinating, and I don't know what is a funnier idea.
You are his cheeseburger.
Number 1, Bellybutton.
He needs to tell you something. I don't got a belly button. Oh, I need...
Bellybutton is the best silly song. It's a pitch-perfect send-up of the popular boy bands of the time. It's completely absurd and funny. It's a good song. It has weirdly specific health insurance jokes for adults. And it has Khalil from Jonah rapping. What more could you want? And that's what Bellybutton is the best silly song.
If you went away, my heart would never heal.
So to you he appeals.
So what did I miss? Still mad that the hairbrush song didn't make the countdown? Let me know your favorites in the comments. And if you liked what you saw, we'll be making more comment about Jesus, jokes, and pop culture very soon to this channel. So like and subscribe. And remember, God made you special, and He loves you very much.